alcohol. Right there on the table. Can you believe this?
I know I'm gonna need some.
The man dies driving while intoxicated, and look, beer and wine. My Uncle Gupta died of diabetes, but it's not like Aunt Sanithia had a dessert buffet at the funeral.
Excuse me?
You must be Wendy. Arnav Bari.
Forgive me, I don't know an Arnav. Chris never mentioned anyone with that name.
That doesn't surprise me. Chris was always the one who took the anonymous part of Alcoholics Anonymous very seriously.
He was your sponsor. Are you the one from Fremont?
Me? No. I always knew you guys came from like the whitest city in Nebraska, which is, well, it's Nebraska. But I never went there. Making somewhat humorous small talk at your husband's funeral seems rather futile now that I think about it. Christopher. That's what I called him, not Chris. He always made sure things stayed very formal between us.
I'm a little out of sorts.
Of course. I'd be worried if you weren't. I'm so sorry for your, everybody's loss, really.
Thank you.
I don't mean to pry, but did I hear you say the one from Fremont? I'm assuming he was sponsoring someone there only until after you moved.
No. Someone was having difficulty finding a replacement, so Chris continued until they found someone else. The guy had multiple DUIs and had his license taken away, so Chris would drive the 5 hours every weekend.
How many alcoholics were there?
2 or 3 at a time, usually. I didn't know their names, like I didn't know your name. But every Monday and Friday evening, no matter what we were doing, he would head out and say he needed to go meet with someone who needs him.
I needed him.
Even if it was my birthday, or his birthday, or Christmas, or our anniversary last year or the year before that. We were only married for 5 years.
He was cheating on me?
Cheating on you? No, you don't get to be jealous. That was my time. I went through Chris's sobriety battle with him for 4 years. His past was supposed to be behind him. Your selfishness took away our victory years.
Yes. You're right. I am selfish. That is to say, my sickness is selfish. My sobriety, it has to come first. I cannot afford to make compromises for the sake of even common courtesies.
You know, that's what we fought about that night. My sister's wedding was the following weekend, and we were supposed to pick out a wedding gift. He was out sponsoring one of you people until the wee hours and long after the last store closed. I was furious. I told him he had sponsored enough people, he had better be done, and he stormed out and found some liquor somewhere.
You're not saying that this is your fault. It's the disease.
If I hear one more person tell me it was the disease, I will bash their head in. He spent my time with you, not the disease. He was sober 4 years. We could have gone out and gotten something the next day, or gotten something online. He called me a nag for the first time in I don't know how long. I tried to be patient. I was a good wife, but damn it, it was my turn.
Chris would give the shirt off his back and then like an idiot catch pneumonia.
Don't you speak ill of him after all he did for you?
Please hear me out. Christopher was very generous with his sponsoring time.
You're damn right he was.
So much so that he may have gotten a little arrogant in his generosity as a way of coping.
Coping from his time with me, like I was the problem. You know, I scared myself more than once thinking, if I drink, they'll sponsor me.
Taking on multiple alcoholics, it may have given him an exaggerated sense of confidence and gave him overly optimistic ideas about his abilities.
Like he was addicted to helping people?
We have a problem with this phantom notion of control. Once it is assumed, it did apparently, put his own sobriety at risk.
Well, it's not like I didn't care. I was just so tired of being the last priority.
You were far from. In the program, our sobriety has to come first, but from all Christopher had told me, you were a very close second. I believe he got caught up in making life better for us and our close seconds.
He made the world better. I get that. I do love him for it. But he's gone now. What am I supposed to do?
One day at a time. One day at a time.